For this game playing report, I chose from the PBS Kids Games app because my own children enjoy playing the PBS Kids games, so I thought it would be fun to experiment with a game that they might choose. So I chose the story creator from the series Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum. This was a really fantastic game because it gives kids, probably preschool or early elementary age, the chance to experiment and explore with both famous writers from the past and get just enough information about those people to be interested and perhaps to want to learn more, which could tie into other content areas. But it also engages kids in creative thinking by developing their own story. So the different characters that you see on screen get to customize your own stories. So here you see the text at the bottom of the page where about Brad writing his new comic book Alone In, and then the game player gets to choose the location for where the action is happening, and multiple different avenues are available for stories. So there are different settings, different characters. Allowing the user to customize the game. There's audio that's labeling this, so kids who do not have reading skills yet or perhaps are developing readers will be cued by audio. Closed captioning is also available to make this game more accessible. And just the flexibility of it and the pacing of it are great and customizable to the actual game player. So it doesn't force you through quickly. You can see that when I was doing this, that I was kind of experimenting this because I was curious to hear what the different buttons would say. And I think a great thing about this game is that it blends both those creative literacy storytelling components with things that are also kind of funny and silly. So I think it does a great job of blending what we read about recently related to games, balancing between being learning oriented and being fun, that those don't have to be mutually exclusive. So the result of this game is a story that the player produces with selections from pre-selected elements, and then also infuses a little bit of history about some famous writers in history. So you can see Nellie Bly was on here, Charles Dickens, Zora Neale Hurston, among others. So a really great way to explore a little bit more about literature, writing, storytelling, even some of the artwork, fine arts and dramatic arts from storytelling and the pictures included. I think it covers a wide array of content areas, which is really cool. So when I was experimenting with this game, I chose to play a couple stories to see the different options that came up. This story talked about the main character being afraid of climbing the monkey bars, and it gives a lot of different ways that she builds up some skill and confidence to be able to do so. So I think that added a whole different kind of skill set or learning area to think about empathizing with this character who is having fear about trying this toy on the playground. So the way that she builds up some confidence. So it's this blend of both kind of this physical competence, being empathetic about that, and relating to another kid who might be afraid, but also still these creative storytelling aspects. So again, this was part of PBS Kids, Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum, which is also a television show on PBS, but this is featured as the PBS Kids Games app, which is a free app available to kids. And I think that this would be really relevant to preschool or early elementary age children. And highly recommend it, and I'll definitely be recommending this to my kids.